Hello, welcome to my channel, Tech-chemist. Today, we will talk about mercury, a chemical element that has been essential for human development from ancient times to the present day. However, in the 1950s, in Japan, specifically in Minamata Bay, during the manufacturing process of acetaldehyde, a chemical compound used in the production of synthetic flavors, perfumes, dyes, and polyester resins, among others, mercury was used as a catalyst in this industrial process. Since the effects of mercury on the environment and humans were unknown at that time, the company decided to discharge its wastewater into the sea and nearby rivers, causing an unprecedented environmental disaster in a short period. Next, we will learn what mercury is, where it can be found, its historical uses, major inventions related to mercury, and how the mercury cycle operates on the planet. Finally, we will delve into the history of Minamata. Mercury, a naturally occurring element, is typically present in the Earth's crust in various forms, primarily as mercury sulfide, frequently as red cinnabar, and less frequently as black metacinnabar, sphalerite, corduroite, livingstonite. Mercury chloride is a rare mineral in this context. One of its notable characteristics is its unique status as the sole metal that remains in liquid form at room temperature, alongside its moderate electrical conductivity and limited thermal conductivity. Mercury had already been recognized in ancient times. In Egypt, it has been unearthed in tombs dating back to 1500 BC. It was also utilized in ancient Greece for medicinal ointments. The ancient Romans also made use of it in both mining and medicine. Its name is derived from the Roman god Mercury, owing to its rapid mobility and fluidity. One well-known historical incident from ancient times involves Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, who, in his quest for immortality, ingested a concoction of mercury and powdered jade created by the alchemists of his era. This resulted in severe neurological impairment and liver failure, ultimately leading to his demise. In the Americas, heightened levels of mercury have been detected in a chamber located beneath the Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent in Mexico. Mercury has had a significant impact on various historical and scientific innovations. Among these, the invention of the barometer by Evangelista Torricelli in the 17th century stands out as one of the most notable examples. Furthermore, mercury has found application in thermometers, manometers, and mercury vapor lamps, making substantial contributions to the progress of science and technology. The mercury cycle. Atmosphere. Elemental mercury released into the air can travel significant distances before settling on the Earth's surface or bodies of water. This dispersion can result from volcanic eruptions or emissions from diverse industries engaged in producing items like mercury vapor lamps, fluorescent bulbs, ammunition primers for firearms, and even certain cosmetics. Transformation into methylmercury. In aquatic environments, mercury can undergo a conversion into methylmercury, a highly toxic form that accumulates in aquatic organisms and biomagnifies in the food chain. Deposition. Mercury can be deposited in soils and bodies of water, where it can persist for extended periods. Bioaccumulation. Aquatic organisms can accumulate methylmercury as they feed on contaminated prey, resulting in progressively higher mercury levels as one moves up the food chain. In this story, we will address an event that stands out in human history because of the unprecedented scale and severity of the harm caused to both human health and the environment by mercury pollution. It has created substantial and enduring challenges for the local community. Following World War II, Japan's economy, which had been in a state of disrepair, underwent substantial growth during the 1960s. This era witnessed rapid advancements in heavy and chemical industries. The extensive manufacturing activities and a disregard for environmental concerns resulted in a rise in pollution issues, including adverse impacts on human health. During this period, the legal framework was insufficient in effectively preventing serious pollution incidents from happening and spreading. The setting for this tale was Minamata, a small city in southern Kyushu Island, Japan, situated in Kumamoto Prefecture. Minamata is positioned at the confluence of the Minamata River, which flows into both the bay sharing its name and the Yatsushiro Sea. When this narrative commences in 1956, Minamata was home to approximately 50,000 residents. In the city, on April 21st, a 5-year-old girl named Tsukinura experienced seizures and faced challenges in her ability to walk and communicate upon waking. She was hospitalized at Minamata Hospital, which was under the ownership of the company running the city's primary factory. This young girl became the initial case of Minamata disease with clear documentation. Official acknowledgement of the disease occurred on May 1st, coinciding with the hospitalization of 4 patients, one of whom was the sister of the first patient. The hospital director reported to health authorities that these 4 patients were exhibiting unexplained neurological symptoms. Minamata disease is a neurotoxic condition that results from the consumption of seafood tainted with methylmercury compounds, originating from either the Minamata plant located in Kumamoto Prefecture, operated by Shin Nippon Chiso Hiryo KK, later known as the Chiso Corporation, or the Showa Denko KK facility in Kanos Town, now Aga Town, within Niigata Prefecture. The primary symptoms of this disorder encompass sensory disruptions, ataxia, loss of coordination, a narrowing of the visual field, and hearing impairments. When a pregnant mother is exposed to elevated levels of methylmercury, her baby may develop fetal Minamata disease, which can exhibit distinct symptoms compared to the adult form of the ailment. However, this entire saga began approximately half a century earlier when the Chiso Company, originally known as the Nippon Nitrogen Fertilizer Corporation, established itself in Minamata. By the 1950s, they had commenced the production of acetaldehyde, a compound utilized in the manufacture of plastics and various other applications. The city developed in parallel with the growth of the factory, eventually becoming its primary industry. Mercury served as a necessary catalyst or accelerator in the acetaldehyde production process. Excess mercury was then released into the sea, where it partially transformed into the far more toxic methylmercury, readily absorbed by living organisms. This substance entered the digestive systems or gills of fish, mollusks, and crustaceans. The result was mortality among bivalves and fish, inhibited algae growth, and suffering among cats and birds on land. In 2010, 2,771 people were officially diagnosed with Minamata disease, but there are more than 40,000 individuals with less severe symptoms who are also undergoing medical treatment. Within the bay, the typical mercury concentration in sediment is around 25 micrograms per gram across an area of roughly 2 square kilometers. It's not unusual to find concentrations exceeding 100 micrograms of mercury per gram of sediment. Mercury contamination has been identified in materials deposited on the bay's seabed down to a depth of 4 meters. Furthermore, even individuals not officially acknowledged as Minamata disease patients were eligible for medical expense subsidies if they resided in Kumamoto and Kagoshima prefectures within the vicinity of Minamata Bay. These individuals had substantially consumed fish during the Minamata disease outbreak and exhibited symptoms resembling those of Minamata disease, such as reduced sensitivity in their hands and other neurological manifestations. Between May 1, 2010, and June 31, 2012, a total of 65,000 individuals sought assistance through the Special Measures Law. Among them, 43,000 residents from Kumamoto Prefecture applied for support, and 37,000 of these applications were approved. Hence, in 2009, the Governing Council of the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, decided to create a legally binding framework for dealing with mercury. This led to the signing of the Minamata Convention in Kumamoto, Japan, in 2013, which then became effective in 2017. The primary objective of this convention is safeguarding both human health and the environment from human-made emissions and discharges of mercury and its compounds. To accomplish this objective, it aims to address the holistic life cycle management of mercury and establish regulations, limitations, or bans on all operations and activities where human involvement affects its utilization. We hope that with this short video, humans become aware of our activities and how they affect the environment and people. Therefore, we leave you with the text inscribed on a commemorative plaque at the Municipal Museum of Minamata, which includes the following message: we believe it is our solemn responsibility to continue passing on our experience to people in Japan and around the world. By doing so, we can ensure that future generations will never have to endure the kind of pollution that caused this tragedy, and we can share these lessons with the rest of humanity. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to enjoy more content that you'll surely appreciate.